Hi everyone, we're doing a Q&A with Corelli and myself. So get to know us a little bit better, have fun with us, and let's go. I'm gonna ask the first question. So Corelli, you're gonna answer.
Let's get
Let me
this
mix
started.
it up. Let me mix it up.
Nervous. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, here's the first one. What do you think sets you apart from others in this business?
I asked that question. For me, obviously, I think what sets me apart from everyone else is that I have the ability to just talk to anyone and everyone and just kind of make them feel comfortable. I don't really have an issue talking to people when it comes to face. So with interactions, I think that's what sets me apart. I'm just me, I'm natural, and I think people kind of, how do you say, like, I attract people with my energy. I think that's what happened with you and I, where we just kind of like, it was like magnetized.
Yeah.
And I feel like it happens to a lot of people. Like people would just tell me like, you know, I'm drawn to you. So I think that's what sets me apart.
Okay.
Besides my customer service skills, but that's for another story.
Okay, your turn.
Oh.
Now I'm nervous.
Susie. I know, right? What is your why?
Oh my God, my
Don't
why.
start crying now.
I know, I don't want to cry. My why, I have a strong why. I think, you know, when I think about myself and I think about what I've had to go through up until this point, you know, I always think of myself, I think of my son. I'm a mom, I have a 5-year-old. I think of him and the future possibilities that will be out there for him. I want to be able to be that experienced person in his life that says, you know what, mijo, like I went through the fire because I wanted to teach you what it's like to go through that and come out of it literally rising from the ashes. I've had to do a lot of things that make me very uncomfortable, you know, putting myself on a platform to be open, to be myself, whether that means you like me, whether that means you don't like me, you know, and I think that my son is the core of my why. He will always be the reason, the sacrifice, the reason why I cry sometimes, because I have to leave and do stuff that, you know, that I sometimes want to be here with him, but I know that I'll be able to give him the tools that he's gonna need when he reaches that age that says, Mom, I'm in this situation, I need your advice. I'm gonna be ready, because I'm gonna tell him, your mom went through that, I went through that pain, I went through that hurt, I went through those doubts, those questions, you know, and I want to be able to give him that, to say, you know what, if your mom can do it, surely you're my child, you can absolutely do that. So my son is the core of my why. Every day, all day, 24/7, he will always be the core of my why. Always.
That's beautiful.
My baby.
It's so beautiful.
Now it's your turn.
I love that.
Let's see, Corelli. What part do you love the most about your career?
I think it's just, for me, is I like a challenge. You know, for me, I've always been a person that needs something new, needs something just to push me. And I feel like this career does that. So it makes me feel uncomfortable. Every day is different. Sometimes there's deals that fall out of your hands that you think that you had, like in your pipeline. And you know, it's for me, I think it teaches me patience, one thing that I don't have. So I'm just like, I feel like that's what's the best thing about this career. It teaches me patience. It teaches me, you know, that not everything's certain, and I just have to kind of move on and just let things go. And I think that just kind of relates to life. You have to be patient in life, and you have to just kind of let some things just fall.
Yes.
And just let them slip.
Yep.
And I love it. You know, I love that you have to be hungry. You have to be aggressive in some way, certain, like one way or another. You have to be aggressive.
Yeah.
And I love that nobody gets to tell me shit, to be honest. Because I'm just like, I hate people telling me like what to do, at what time I have to eat, like what time is your lunch, you know, asking for permission to go to vacation, or just asking those things that I shouldn't have to do.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like obviously having that freedom, but I know that it's not really freedom because you have to work.
Right.
It's what you put into this job that you know, essentially get out of it. So it's not just like, oh, I get to wake up at 10 a.m. No, if anything, I have to wake up the same time, 4 o'clock. Make sure I have everything ready. Make sure I get everything, you know, ready for the day and prepare myself. So I definitely like having the ability to make my own schedule. I love it.
That.
Oh, my turn again.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Susie, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh my God. I like this one.
Okay.
Because I have a 5-year statement, which I find to be a very powerful piece of paper. I see myself embodying a powerful business, not just, hey, I do this. Like, no. Like, there's a whole identity behind the woman, you know, a business identity, you know, and I think of 5 years from now, because I think 5 years back, and I always think, gosh, 5 years ago doesn't even feel like that long ago, but I think 5 years ahead. And because I think of all of the possibility, you know, I see myself thriving, that's for sure. I mean, not that I'm not thriving now, but I'll be thriving at much higher levels that I've never known. You know, my son will be what, 11? 11. And I think about it like, wow, he's gonna be 11. Oh my gosh. I see myself having some investments under my belt.
Yes.
For sure. I want a house in Tennessee. I want a house in
Florida.
I need a house in Florida.
Yes.
I see myself having both of those, absolutely, because I do love to travel, and those are places that I absolutely love. So my Tennessee house, I will own. I will own my Miami house.
Yes.
Or a Key West house. I'm not opposed to either. It has to be in the state of Florida. I'm good. I'm not picky. Florida or the Keys. You know, I see myself having those under my belt for sure. Hopefully, another baby in my life. I would like to add to my family. I only have one baby, a boy.
You heard that live.
You heard that live, and it's piping hot. Yes, I would like to have another child within the next 5 years. My husband would say sooner, but you know, Mama's got some work to do.
Yes.
And just being able to share that. I think that's also another thing that drives me, is the journey I get to be on in the next 5 years. I truly hope and pray that whoever I can bring along with me is down for the ride, because I don't believe in just isolated success. I want to share it. It's like, it's my cake. Let's all have a piece, because there's great joy in sharing something like that. I have an impressionable nephew. I think about him all the time when I see where my career is going, and I try to entice him all the time, where I'm like, hey, like, you know, when you're 18, if you want, I'm here. And I would love to be able to, you know, pave the way to be able to help as many people as I can help, to bring along and share the cake with, for sure. So 5 years, there's a lot going to be going on in 5 years.
Give me some of that cake.
Yeah.
Woman.
Oh, absolutely. You got it. You got it.
Good job, Susie.
Next, are you ready?
No. Never ready. Never ready.
Let's see. What made you get into real estate?
Did we ask that one already?
Kind of.
Oh, wait, did you ask me that one again? No. Okay, I think this was...
No.
So...
What made you get into real estate, Carly?
You know, I've always been interested in real estate. After high school, I was like, I'm going to get into real estate, and that's just kind of where I'm going to go. And I think just life happened, and I took a different course, and I put it like it was always like in the back of my mind.
Same.
And I got really into finance. I went to school, I think my first class in college was like accounting, and my teacher started talking about investments, and I became so hooked on investments, stocks, ETFs, mutual funds, cryptocurrencies, just everything you could think of, like investment wise. And then I started to think, you know, shit, I might as well get into real estate. But I was 21 back then, and I'm 27 now. So it took me literally, I started the process when I was 25, realistically, the real estate process. So it just, I don't know, it kind of just pushed me back into where I was like tired of just working the 9 to 5. And I was just like, you know what? I feel like I'm in a good place. I don't have any kids. I'm not married. I might as well take this time to invest all my time into something that I really, really, really want, and just kind of like go all in. And I said, if I fail, I fail, but at least I know that I tried. You know, at one point I actually tried, and I just kind of went with it. I didn't even think about it. I think that's something that I've noticed that I do now, that I just don't think. I just kind of remove the thought and I just do it.
Yeah.
Because the moment you think is kind of like where everything kind of just, you procrastinate.
Yeah.
You kind of talk yourself out of it. And that's something that I learned that, well, for me, what works is just not to think. I went in, honestly, got the books. I went to go get the books at a brokerage right there in Corona. Got the books, went home. I didn't study like right away because it's just overwhelming, but I got started in the process, got into investing into like seminars, and just started getting my feet wet. But I've always been interested into real estate. It just took me so long to get into it.
Yeah. But you're here now.
I know, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm super excited. I wish I could ask you the same question.
I'm sure it probably comes up.
Imagine it's this one. Okay. If you can change anything from your past, what would it be?
If I could change anything from my past, what would it be? I would have skipped going into the 9 to 5 world, and I would have gone into real estate. The moment it became a thought in my mind, I would have done it. I literally became a thought in my mind, just like you, Corelli, right out of high school, when I was like, hey, this seems very appealing. Like, you know, at some point we all dream of owning a home. A lot of us don't know how it works. You know, you start thinking, gosh, you know, how do I get to that point? You know, you start learning about it, and then that just doesn't really, you don't really think about it again, you know? I thought about it very early on, but I didn't put it into action. I did other things. I was trying to go to school, you know, to make my parents happy.
Yes.
And that didn't work for me because I wasn't happy.
Yes.
So I always thought about it. I always thought about it. It was a lingering thought, and it just kind of fell through. I thought I was going to do other things. Those other things weren't what I thought, you know, so it kind of took me back to the drawing board. I've belonged to the 9 to 5 world for many years now. And I got to the point where I said, you know what? I want more.
Yes.
I want more. I need more. I want more. I have to have more. I'm gonna go out and get more. So it brought me back to this, and I'm here. It's been an amazing, amazing, amazing journey of growth. I've learned a lot, and I feel like I'm just scratching the surface.
Yes.
You know?
Girl, yes.
And, you know, I feel like you're learning something new every single day. Every single day, I can honestly say I have the most gratifying opportunity to learn something new every single day. And for me, that is very fulfilling.
She learned what salad is today.
Salad, yes. Fancy term for salad. Salad.
You learn something new every day, Susie.
Okay, you ready for the next one?
Oh, it's my turn again?
Oh, is it?
No, I don't know. Yeah, you answered that.
Yeah, I did.
Just kidding.
No, you did, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You did?
Yeah.
Okay. I can talk. I talk a lot. What best advice do you have for people who want to buy but are scared?
Hi, that's a great question. I wonder who wrote it. My best advice is do your own research. You know, there's so much information out there, but at the end of the day, it's like if you really want it, you'll go out and do your own research, get prepared, and then take it step by step, break it down. I think people they get overwhelmed with every single thing.
Yes.
Right? And I just say, take the first step and do that, and then move on to the next step.
Yes.
So it's just do your research, and obviously for me, I think it's always a great time to buy.
Always.
Everyone
always
asks me like, what's the best time to buy?
Now. Right now.
Now. It's always the best time to
Yeah.
buy, especially here in California, or I think everywhere. The rates are completely super, super low. So it's like, why not take advantage of it? Why not stay over, the course of your loan?
Yes.
And so that's my best advice. Do your research, break it down, and then take the first step.
Yes.
Don't think about it. That should actually be my
Don't
best
think
advice.
about it because
Don't
overthink.
think about it. Don't overthink, because then you start and block the noise, because
Yes.
there's always your family
Yes.
members, friends who are gonna be saying, "Why do you want to buy a house? Well, why do you want to rent? You
Why
want
do
to
you
keep
wanna
wasting
rent?
your money on rent? Like,
Yes.
for how long? Like, cut the naysayers.
Yes.
Cut all the people that are just
The first ones to go.
yeah, and just focus. If you want it, you'll do it, and do your own research. It's my best advice.
I love it. I'm here for it.
Hi, Chuchi. My next question. Wow, if I can know what you spelled.
My writing can be a
Oh
little
my
funky.
god. Are
Is it?
you?
Let me see.
No, are you? Tell us about yourself.
Oh,
Who are you? Who are you? Tell us about yourself. Oh, this is gonna be a 10-minute video.
Who am I? Okay, well, I am Susie Del Hierro. I am 30 years old. 30 years young. Let me take that back.
Ooh.
I'm 30 years
Real
young.
quick.
I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I am in real estate. I am on probably the most, I feel like, no, let me just take it back a little bit. I feel like I honestly had like a rebirth experience at 29. I turned a leaf in my life at 29 years old that just opened up my mind and my eyes, and my whole life changed at 29. Crazy as that may sound. My life changed when my son was born, and then again,
Last
when
year.
I had this moment in my life where I said, you know what? And I love this saying, I say it all the time. If it's to be, it's up to me. No one's going to give you anything. If you want it, you have to go out and do it. And that's sometimes a harsh lesson that we don't want to embrace. We don't want to accept, because sometimes the truth is a little stingy, but that was me. I went through an incredible epiphany in my life at 29 years old that changed my life. It changed my life, and it came from a book. That book changed my life. It's called Secrets of Six-Figure Women. That made me realize that there's a powerful woman inside of me that's just waiting to break out. And
Unleash the beast.
yes, unleash the beast. And if you know me, I got a little beastie side to me. So,
Oh yeah.
so I went through that, and there was some pain there. There was some, realizations that I wasn't ready for of what am I doing? Where am I going? And not being able to answer those questions within the true core of my being, as far as my own personal success, if you want to say that, just really, really changed the direction for my life forever, because it's been a journey, and I've come across amazing people. I've just incredible people that I've had the pleasure of knowing and getting to meet and getting to establish a relationship with. Things that I haven't done probably ever in my life, and it's taken me on a ride that I'm forever grateful to God, that He decided to bring me to this path when He did, because I was ready for it. I was 1000% ready for it. So that kind of, I know people see me, I know you guys see what I do, what I post, and I think that's, you get to know me a little bit better based on what I do, how I do it, what time I do it, how much time I spend doing it. And I think that speaks, that attests to who I am. But that's just, a little snippet. I know I don't have enough time or memory on my phone to get in depth on who Susie Del Hierro is at the core of my being, but that's just a little piece. I hope that's enough.
I think that I
think that kind of covers it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go on to the next one.
Mine are
Ooh,
short
I
and
love this
simple and
question.
cute.
What drives the woman behind the business?
What drives?
What drives the woman? What drives
Myself.
Corelli?
Myself.
Okay.
Well, I think family. Obviously, I want so many things for my immediate family, which is my parents, my sister. I only have one sister. So it's just giving them that life of the reason why they came here to the United States. So for me, it's like I want it so bad for them, but not only for them, I want it for myself and my future family,
Right.
and generations, and just leave a legacy.
Yes.
I've always been very ambitious, very hungry, and I've tried millions of things. I've tried, internet sales. I've tried to build my own social media. When I was 13, it was called Breakthrough, but there was always these things that I wanted to do to make it big.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I have to focus on something that I like.
You give me the chills right now, Corelli, because
Really?
I feel the same.
And,
That's crazy.
It was just like I have to find a way, and I was never complacent. That was one thing for me, that I was never ever complacent. I always try to strive for more. And whether you saw me working out my 9 to 5, I always tried to figure out things. I've noticed it was always with sales. I would always want to sell you something. I remember there was at my last job, there was a shortage of water, right? So I legit went to Sam's Club, got a pack of water, and started selling waters. I saw an opportunity. I always try to find opportunities to kind of make sales, and that was just there's always opportunity everywhere. And I feel like if you want it, it's in front of you. You just have to be open to receiving it, because there's problems everywhere, right? But it's just your perspective,
Yes.
and how you see things, and your plan of action. If you have an idea, just do it.
Yeah.
But obviously, what drives me is that bigger picture of what I want. I want to be able to be my long-term goal is to be an investor. It's not just real estate, it's to be an investor and to share that to my family, to my friends, to you guys, to anyone. To learn how to invest and have, those investments make money for you, and always be giving you money. That
Make your money work for you.
Yes, that's the number one thing for me, that I see this bigger picture of. And it doesn't stop, because I don't want to stop working. That's not the goal.
Yes.
For me, I feel like working gives me purpose.
Yes.
Without work, I feel like, what the hell do you really want a vacation? I feel like people